Are you thinking about advertising your business on Google Ads, but don't know where to begin? Then let's start with the basics, shall we? The Google Advertising Network, previously known as Google AdWords, or better known as Google Ads, is an advertising platform designed by Google to help businesses reach their target market online. Google Ads allows businesses to place their ads in front of Google searches, as well as on Google's display network of over 3 million publishers, websites, and mobile apps. Further to that, advertisers can reach people on YouTube, which is the world's second largest search engine nowadays. Last but not least, you can also reach people in Gmail and on Google Discovery, which is a news feed for all Google devices. In this beginner's guide to Google, we're going to explore what Google Ads is, how it works, and how businesses can use it to increase their visibility online and reach more customers. So let's dive in. First of all, what is Google Ads? Google Ads is an online platform and marketplace developed by Google, which allows advertisers to reach their target market. The platform works on a pay-per-click model, which means that advertisers only pay when somebody actually clicks on their ad. Google allows businesses to target certain keywords and geographic locations, as well as demographics, psychographics, interests, and behaviors. Advertisers can create a whole bunch of different ads that are text, image, and video based. And advertisers can choose at which stage through the customer journey that they want to target their users, from first brand awareness all the way through to purchases. When a user jumps onto Google and searches things that an advertiser has said that they want to target, then their ad is going to show up. On Google Search, the position of that ad in the top few spots is determined by a combination of the advertiser's bid, of what they're willing to pay for that click, the ad's relevance to the search query, and the ad account's historical performance, otherwise known as a quality score. Only when the user actually clicks on an ad does the advertiser get charged a fee. The amount charged to the advertiser is depending on those quality scores and their bid that I mentioned earlier. Advertisers can set their daily budget as a limit of what they're willing to pay and has complete control over what they're willing to bid on each keyword. This ensures that the business is in charge of every aspect of their ad account. So why use Google Ads? It's an incredibly powerful platform, not only for the fact that 93% of purchases online starts with a Google search, or that they dominate 95% of the search industry, but the best thing is it allows businesses to reach their target market with precision and accuracy. Here are a few of my top reasons why businesses should consider using Google Ads. First, reach. Google Ads allows businesses to reach millions, if not billions, of people around the world as they're actively looking for your services or products. Second reason is targeting. Google allows businesses to niche down on their target market, not just by demographics and location, but also by interest, by online behavior, and what they're actively searching for in the market, as well as a few scary things like what websites and blogs you're reading, what products you're buying, as well as your emails in Gmail. They do scan that as well. So that's pretty scary, but that's a reason why your Gmail's free. The third reason is that Google Ads is incredibly cost effective. When you compare it to traditional advertising and consider that Google Display Network is essentially billboards online that you only pay for when people actually click and visit your store. The billboards of yesterday were far more expensive and arguably way less efficient in tracking results. Because Google Ads works on a pay-per-click or PPC model, your digital billboards could get hundreds of thousands of views in front of all of your target market before you even pay for a click. And I don't know about you guys, but I don't know when the last time was that I clicked on a digital billboard, if I'm being honest. I see them, but I never really click on them. So this is just one of many examples I could give you about the cost effectiveness of Google Ads. When you add to that you you can control your ad spend on a daily basis and you set the bid on each keyword that you're wanting to target, it gives you a lot of flexibility and a lot of control over your budgets, making it a very cost-effective platform. The fourth reason is that it's measurable. Just like I said about the billboards of yesterday, it's very difficult to measure how many people saw that billboard and then came and visited your physical store. But with Google Ads, you can see exactly what people are doing from your Google Ads. It isn't just about how many people have seen it or how many impressions you've had on your ad. It's also how many people have clicked it, what's the click-through rate as a percentage of people seeing it to clicking on it. And then on top of that, you can see every single action that people are taking on your website, through to looking at your product, to adding it to your shopping cart, to getting to checkout, to then buying it. And you can calculate the ROI from every dollar you're spending on ads to how many dollars you're making in sales. If you're a data geek like me, this is hugely advantageous because you can calculate your ROI, you can see what's happening in real time, And it allows you to make data-driven decisions for your business, which is how you should be doing it. And lastly, Google Ads are very flexible. You don't have to use one ad for everything like you would with a print magazine or a billboard. That one design, that's it. With Google Ads, you can have 50 different billboards, testing those different variations to see what performs best with which audiences. You can also test different variations of your text, of your images, of your videos to find what is the best message for the right audience. Further to that, you can quickly see which audiences are performing best. Is it men? Is it women? Is it this age? Is it that age? Is it these types of interests versus that type of interest? It's incredibly flexible to be able to rapidly test and gather more information about your market. Further to that, you can show different messages at different stages of the customer journey, from when they're first finding out about you and potentially advertising more educational content to help learn about how you can help them solve their problems, through to then trying to get them to engage with your brand and shop on your website, through to then retargeting them when they've seen your products, showing those same products on different websites until they click and buy. That gives you full control over your marketing funnel. That makes it incredibly flexible. Imagine if a magazine could change its ads based on where you were at with that brand and how you were shopping through their store. That'd be pretty cool. You can actually do that with Google Ads. So I've talked all about the reasons why I think Google Ads is great, but how can you actually get started? A lot of people, if they're just starting out with Google Ads, find it incredibly daunting because of the nature of having to figure out what keywords are, control your bids, making sure that you're setting up your conversions properly in your Google Analytics. It can be really daunting. But the good news is that setting up a Google Ads account is completely free. There's a lot of reasons to just set things up and give it a go. And it's very easy to do so. All you have to do is Google Ads and you'll find their ads network. You can sign up for a free account. And if you're just getting started, you can try their smart campaigns to quickly and easily launch your campaigns for your business. If you've already got Google Analytics set up on your website, you can link this to your Google Ad account and start tracking all of the actions that are happening on your website, like people downloading content on your website, contacting you or clicking to call, or even purchasing your products. So once you've set up an account and you've linked your Google Analytics, all you need to do is add your payment details and set up your first campaign. Now, when you're setting up Google Ad campaigns, you want to first pick what your campaign goal is. Are you trying to just send traffic to your website? Are you trying to get people to visit your store? Are you trying to promote your brand and just build brand awareness? Are you trying to get conversions like selling products or getting leads on your website? There are several different campaign goals that Google Ads will ask you which you want to set. These include things like sales, leads, website traffic, brand awareness, app promotion, and a whole bunch more. So you want to select the campaign type that's best for you. Once you've selected that, Google will prompt you and give you some suggestions on which type of campaigns can work best for you. There's several different types of campaigns that you are able to do. Some of these being like Google search. You can set up a Google search campaign, choose some keywords, create your ads, and you're good to go. Other ones like display ads, the digital billboards that get shown across the internet, you'll need to create some banners and it gives you guidance on the different sizes. I use tools like Photoshop and Canva to create some nice graphics that promote my clients' businesses. And generally, you can try a whole bunch of variations. Google will allow you to upload up to 20 photos per campaign, and through its machine learning, it will pick what performs best. And lastly, if you have an e-commerce store, you can link up your products to your Google Ads account, and you can do Google shopping campaigns as well. Now, linking up your store to Google is pretty complicated, and that probably is more of an advanced topic for another episode. But you can do this through Google Merchant, and most website platforms will help you do this anyways. I know Shopify definitely do. So once you've chosen your campaign goal, and then which channels on Google Ads you want to target, you're then going to need to set your target audience. You can do this by setting locations, like Australia, or even down to your store's address and a radius around that. For example, if you're running a health gym, you probably want to target 6 kilometers around your gym because most people will be very local, because they'll be coming in every day, potentially. You can also choose things like interests. So what have they been searching on Google? You can choose gender, household income, and age groups. And you can even choose some behaviors as well. Are they in the market to buy a certain product? They're doing research, they're watching YouTube reviews, which makes it very powerful for a business to target. Once you've done that, you'll need to set up your ad groups. Ad groups are essentially groups of ads that you're setting up. They can have different focuses, like having a particular product or particular promotion that you're wanting to focus on. And generally, you'll pick keywords of what people are searching to find that. So a good example would be having ad groups, one for Google Ads Management, another for Facebook Ads Management, another one for marketing advice, another one for marketing consultations, etc. And the last thing you'll need to do is write your ads. Now, this is really where the magic happens because this is the first thing that people see, and it does pay to test and try different strategies. Businesses need to write effective ad copy that highlights their unique selling propositions and encourages users to click on the ad. Testing this out and trying a whole bunch of different combinations is advisable. The last and final piece is you need to set your budget and your bid strategy. Google's tools have gotten insanely good, and they do recommend letting their algorithm or their machine learning set those bids for you. So automatic bidding is pretty effective. However, if you're just starting out and you're in competitive industries, I would recommend setting a cap at $1 or $2, because some costs could be as high as $5 to $10 to $20 per click. And if you set yourself a smaller cap, your budget won't disappear with one click. This might mean that your ads don't get clicked a lot, but they will get through the cracks if your other competitors run out of budget for the day, or for some reason, your ad wins the bid at a lower amount. You'll still get traffic, you'll still get clicks, but it might take a little while. So those are all the steps in setting up a campaign. It might sound a bit daunting, but I recommend starting with one small campaign, even a smart campaign, just to get started if you are just doing this for the first time. Now, when it comes to setting up Google Ads, choosing the right keywords is very important. Now, you might wonder, how do I find these keywords? Is there somewhere I can just Google what keywords I should use? Yeah, there is. In Google Ads, there's the keyword planner, which allows you to just put in your website and it will scan to see what keywords people would search to find you. I recommend trying both your homepage and maybe some product pages. But when you're starting out, Google actually says, would you like to use this website and all pages on this domain? And that can be a really good way to start out. It'll show you all of the searches. Make sure that you've set the location when you're doing your keywords research to the place that you want to base this in, because you can look up different countries, different cities, down to even different areas in the cities that you might want to be targeting. Google doesn't allow you to go super niche when you're doing keyword research, but it's generally a good enough focus when you're looking at which keywords are really good for your area. Now, what Google will do is it will show you a table in the keyword planner of all the keywords in relation to your business, and you can even rank order this to change it to see different results. It's going to show you all the keywords, the average monthly searches that are popping up over the last 12 months, and whether it's growing or shrinking over the last 3 months in the last year. Google can even tell you if it's a competitive keyword, if it's low, medium, or high competitiveness. And it will be able to tell you what the cost per click approximately would be to get you at the top of page 1 or just in page 1. Whether you're not too picky, you can just allow it to be in whichever position as long as it's in that first page. What you can do then is you can actually add those keywords to your campaigns, either right there in the keyword planner, or you can download that as a spreadsheet and copy and paste those in as you're building your campaign. I have a worksheet that I use to write effective Google ads, and generally I'll copy these keywords into the spreadsheet. I'll then group them into different ad groups based on the product or service that they're talking about. Then I have another tab in the spreadsheet where I copy and paste those groups and have the ads that I can write out and look at to send to my clients. If you want to download that worksheet, I'll make sure to drop a link in this as well so that you can grab your very own copy. In this worksheet, it allows you to start writing a few different variations of your ads, which is really important. Your ad copy needs to be concise, it needs to be compelling, and it needs to be relevant to the user's search query. Getting those all right can be really tricky because there's only a certain amount of space for each of the headlines and the space in Google. For headlines, I think it's about 30 characters. They have some different variations of short and long ones. And then for the description, you only really have a couple hundred characters that you're really allowed to use there. So this is sometimes the trickiest part. What I recommend is actually Googling some of your products and services and seeing what your competitors are doing. Seeing what trends there are out there are a great way to get ideas and to look through and do competitive research. Now, when you're setting a budget and you're choosing a bid strategy, Google will give you some guidance here in terms of what budget you should set. And it will also recommend that you choose an automated approach for your bidding strategy. But some of the ways that you can set this manually is you can choose the cost per click. Like I said before, set it at $1 if you're in a competitive industry and see what happens. You can also set a manual cost per acquisition. This is the maximum I want to spend to acquire a new customer or make a new sale. You can choose a target ROAS or return on ad spend to say that for every $1 I spend on ads, I want to make $3 in sales. However, with these strategies, generally it's recommended to get some data in first. So start with a traffic focus, choose enhanced bidding for cost per click. And once you have data through, you've gotten sales coming in and it's all being sent back to your Google Ads, then you can move to one of these approaches when it has data to better optimize your bidding. Which leads me to the next section of how are you going to track things on your website. It's important that you have installed Google Analytics on your website and you've linked this up to your Google Ads account. If you don't know how to install Google Analytics, it can be a bit complicated, but I recommend using plugins, or for Shopify, use their Google integration to make your life a hell of a lot easier. This will allow you to effectively track all of the actions that a user has taken once they've clicked on your ad and gone through to your website, and sends that data back to Google to help optimize and improve the results of your ads. So with all that said, you should have enough to get started, and I'm hoping that gives you a good run through of what to expect with Google Ads. Now, here are some common mistakes that I want you to avoid. The first one is targeting keywords that aren't in relation to your business, which can happen more often than you think. It's a good idea to check your Google ad account and what people are actually searching, and make sure that you list any ones that are not relevant to your business as what they call negative keywords. There's a list of keywords that you're saying to Google, I do not want to target these. Please do not waste my money on these types of searches. Another common mistake is writing ad copy that doesn't really communicate your unique selling proposition or have an offer, or anything that would entice people to click through. Next, common mistakes are to go too high with your ad spend based on what Google's recommending and suddenly blowing through your budget without getting any sales. It's better to start small and check regularly. Don't go too small, but a good starting point, I would say, is $20 for your entire campaign, and starting with 1 or 2 campaigns maximum. And the last mistake that I see that's way too common is neglecting to check your results on a regular basis. It's very tempting to just set up your Google ads and then leave them to run forever. However, this can lead to some massive problems if it's not performing. You want to be checking your ads regularly, seeing what search terms are popping out, what keywords are performing, what ads are performing, and filtering out the things that aren't. So to wrap up, Google Ads is an insanely powerful platform for any business to help find new customers and attract in their target market. By selecting the right keywords and writing effective ad copy, you can do pretty well at attracting in quite a lot of people to your website. By creating some really cool digital billboards, you can also reach billions of potential people on their ad platform for a pretty low cost. By following the steps in this video for best practices and avoiding the mistakes that I mentioned earlier, businesses can maximize their performance and achieve their marketing goals. If you'd like to download my Google Ads worksheet, which will help you in putting in your keyword research, pasting it there, and then writing effective ads, make sure to check out the link in the description, and you can download that worksheet for free for you to use as well. And if you'd like any help, you can always book in a free consultation with myself and my team to walk through the Google Ads process. Lastly, we do offer Google Ads management, which means that we can set up your account for you, link up your Google Analytics, and make sure that we're setting up really good campaigns and keeping an eye on those on a daily basis. If any of those sound good to you, you're welcome to book in a session with me, and I'd be more than happy to run through things with you. That's it for today's episode. I really appreciate you watching. Please make sure to comment below to let me know what you think. And if you do manage to set up your own Google Ads effectively, let me know as well. I'd love to hear it. Till the next episode, take care and all the best with your marketing.